Hey y'all, it's such a joy to welcome you here today. Want to grow your own food but don't know where to start? Whether you have a sprawling backyard, a cozy balcony, or just that one perfect sunny spot indoors, home gardening is easier and more rewarding than you might think. In this video, we're going to walk through some of the easiest vegetables and herbs you can grow right at home. These are the tried and true favorites, cheering you on even if you have zero experience. We'll talk about what makes them special, how to give them a happy start, and the joy they'll bring to your kitchen and home. It's all about taking that first step, and I'm so excited to take it with you. But first, if you're looking for more simple ways to live sustainably and find peace in a stress-free garden, subscribe to the Fixin's Universe channel. We've got so many tips and heartfelt stories coming your way, all designed to help you create a home and life you love, rooted in the good things. We're so glad to have you as part of our community. First up on our list is lovely lettuce. The simple joy of snipping fresh lettuce leaves for a salad, knowing they came straight from your own care. Lettuce, especially for beginners, quickly rewards your efforts. Some varieties are ready for their first little harvest in as little as 30 days. Lettuce thrives beautifully in containers, window boxes, or even a hanging basket if you're clever with space. Many types are cut and come again, meaning you can carefully snip the outer leaves, and the plant will keep producing more from the center. To get started, all you need is a sunny spot, good quality potting mix if you're using containers, and consistent watering. Keep the soil moist but not waterlogged, and watch those tiny seeds transform. It's a gentle introduction to the rhythms of gardening, teaching you to observe and respond to your plant's needs. It's truly one of the kindest plants to begin with. Next, let's talk about radishes, the little firecrackers of the garden. Radishes are one of the fastest crops you can grow, often ready to pull from the earth in about 3 to 4 short weeks. Imagine planting a tiny seed and then, in less than a month, pulling out a crisp, colorful radish. Radishes are quite tolerant of cooler weather, meaning you can often plant them earlier in the spring or later in the fall than many other vegetables. They don't ask for much space either. You can tuck them into small gaps in your garden beds or dedicate a little row in a container. The variety in radishes is also something to explore. You've got your classic round red ones, elongated French breakfast radishes, lovely white icicle types, and even beautiful purple or black varieties. Growing them is straightforward. They prefer a sunny spot and loose, well-drained soil. Sow the seeds thinly, keep them consistently watered, and before you know it, you'll see those little shoulders poking out of the soil, signaling they're ready. That quick turnaround is part of their charm, always keeping things fresh and exciting in the garden. Oh, green beans. They just taste like summertime, don't they? Specifically, bush beans are wonderfully low maintenance and incredibly generous. Unlike pole beans, bush beans grow in a more compact form, making them a fantastic choice if you're looking for something that pretty much takes care of itself once it's established. They're a true workhorse in the garden, giving you a whole lot of delicious beans without asking for much in return. The key is to keep picking them regularly. The more you pick, the more the plant is encouraged to produce new beans. To get them started, choose a spot with plenty of sunshine. At least 6 hours a day is ideal. They like well-drained soil, and you'll want to water them consistently. Planting a few succession crops, a couple of weeks apart, can also extend your harvest season, giving you a steady supply of fresh beans for weeks on end. It's simple, rewarding, and oh so tasty. Alright, let's talk about a true garden superstar, cherry tomatoes. They can be a tiny bit more needy than something like lettuce, but the rewards are just so incredibly sweet and worth every bit of effort. There is absolutely nothing that compares to the taste of a sun-warmed cherry tomato, plucked straight from the vine. What's wonderful about cherry tomatoes is that they grow exceptionally well in pots or containers. As long as you can give them a good-sized container, plenty of sunshine, and some support like a cage or a stake, they'll be happy campers. The variety available in cherry tomatoes is astounding. You can find super sweet sun golds, classic red cherries, pear-shaped yellows, or even chocolate-colored varieties. They are incredibly prolific, often producing fruit all summer long, right up until the first frost. The key things to remember are plenty of sun, consistent watering, and good support. They also benefit from regular feeding with a good quality tomato fertilizer. When you taste that first perfectly ripe, homegrown cherry tomato, you'll understand why they are a favorite for so many gardeners. Now let's talk about a vegetable that's famous for its generosity: zucchini. If you're looking for a plant that will make you feel like a gardening champion with its sheer productivity, then zucchini is your go-to. Zucchini plants need a bit of space to spread their large, beautiful leaves, so keep that in mind when you're planning your garden. They thrive on sunshine and a bit of water, and then suddenly, you're discovering new zucchinis almost every day. The versatility of zucchini in the kitchen is another reason I adore it. You can grill it, roast it, sauté it, turn it into zoodles, bake it into breads and muffins, or even fry the blossoms. To get started, plant your zucchini seeds or seedlings in a spot that gets full sun after all danger of frost has passed. They appreciate rich, well-drained soil and consistent moisture. Once pollination happens, those tiny zucchinis will grow astonishingly fast. Harvest them when they're young and tender for the best flavor and texture. It's a plant that truly embodies abundance. Oh, the aroma of fresh basil. Just brushing past a basil plant in the garden can transport you straight to a sunny Mediterranean kitchen. If you love Italian cooking, or just appreciate the taste of summer freshness, then growing your own basil is an absolute must. Basil absolutely adores sunlight. It thrives in warm, bright conditions, so pick the sunniest spot you have for this fragrant friend. The key to a happy, bushy basil plant is regular trimming. Don't be shy about snipping off those top leaves. Every time you trim it, you're encouraging the plant to send out new side shoots. Imagine stepping out to your garden or patio and snipping a few fresh basil leaves to toss into a tomato salad, layer onto a homemade pizza, or blend into the most vibrant, flavorful pesto you've ever tasted. To keep your basil thriving, ensure it has well-drained soil and water it regularly, especially during hot weather. If you see it starting to send up flower spikes, pinch those off right away. With a little bit of love and sunshine, your basil plant will reward you with its delightful aroma and taste all summer long. Now let's talk about an herb that is practically bursting with life mint. If there's one herb that's almost impossible to discourage, it's this one. Mint is incredibly vigorous, grows super fast, and has this wonderfully refreshing, cool aroma and taste that can brighten up so many things. However, that same vigor means it has a tendency to spread quite enthusiastically, so keep it in a container. A container on your patio, balcony, or even a sunny kitchen windowsill is the perfect home for a mint plant. Think of all the delightful ways to use fresh mint. A few leaves muddled into a glass of iced tea or lemonade on a hot day is pure refreshment. To care for your potted mint, give it a spot with some sunshine, though it can tolerate a bit of partial shade. It prefers consistently moist soil, so don't let it dry out completely. It's such a hardy and generous herb, always ready to offer up its invigorating flavor and scent. Let's turn our attention to chives, a wonderfully easy-to-grow herb that brings a lovely, mild, oniony flavor to so many dishes. Chives are part of the allium family, like onions and garlic, but they offer a much more delicate taste. They're cold-hardy, meaning they can often survive the winter in many climates and pop right back up in the spring. Chives grow in clumps of slender, hollow green spears, and they look so pretty in the garden or in a pot. When you need some, you just snip off what you require with a pair of scissors, cutting near the base of the plant. This encourages new growth. One of the delightful surprises with chives is their beautiful, edible flowers. In late spring or early summer, they send up these lovely purple or pink globe-shaped blooms. To keep your chives happy, give them a sunny spot, though they can tolerate a little light shade. They prefer well-drained soil and appreciate consistent watering. They're just a wonderfully reliable and versatile herb to have on hand, perfect for sprinkling over eggs, potatoes, soups, or anything that needs a little fresh, savory lift. Parsley is one of those herbs that often gets relegated to a simple garnish, but it is so much more than that. It's packed with nutrients, has a wonderfully fresh, clean flavor, and is incredibly versatile in the kitchen. Whether you prefer the frilly curly leaf type or the more intensely flavored flat leaf, Italian parsley, growing your own means you'll always have this vibrant green goodness on hand. Snipping off sprigs for your cooking actually encourages the plant to become bushier and produce even more leaves, so don't hesitate to harvest it regularly. Fresh parsley is a key ingredient in dishes like tabbouleh, chimichurri sauce, and gremolata. It can brighten up soups, stews, and sauces, add freshness to salads, and bring a lovely herbaceous note to marinades and dressings. Having a pot of fresh parsley just outside your kitchen door makes it so easy to add that finishing touch of flavor and color to almost any meal. The main thing parsley asks for is consistent moisture. It doesn't like to dry out completely, so keep an eye on the soil. It grows well from seed, though it can sometimes be a little slow to germinate, so patience is key at the start. Once established, it's a fairly low-maintenance and generous plant. Last but certainly not least on our list of easy-to-grow favorites is thyme. Thyme is incredibly drought-tolerant once it's established, making it a fantastic choice for those sunny, dry spots in your garden, or for gardeners who might sometimes be a little forgetful with the watering can. There are so many varieties of thyme, from common English thyme to lemon thyme with its delightful citrusy scent, and even creeping thymes that make beautiful, fragrant ground covers. In the kitchen, a little bit of thyme goes a long way. Its robust, slightly woodsy flavor is essential in many classic dishes, from roast chicken and beef stews to hearty soups and vegetable medleys. Thyme needs very well-drained soil and plenty of sunshine to truly flourish. It really dislikes having wet feet, so ensure your soil or potting mix allows water to drain away freely. Once it's settled in, it requires very little care. You can give it a light trim after it flowers to encourage bushier growth. It's a perennial herb, so it will come back year after year, providing you with its delightful flavor and fragrance with minimal fuss. It's a true gem for any low-maintenance, high-reward garden. Well, there you have it, a little peek into the world of easy home gardening. I hope you're feeling inspired and maybe even a little bit excited to get your hands in the soil. Remember, home gardening is truly a journey, not a test. It's about the joy of planting a seed, nurturing its growth, and then reaping the delicious, beautiful rewards. Start simple, with one or two things that call to you, stay consistent with a little bit of care, and then trust that nature will do the rest. If this video sparked a little something in you, if it made you feel like maybe, just maybe, you could give this gardening thing a try, I'd be so grateful if you'd give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Fixin's Universe channel. We have so many more easy, eco-friendly living tips and heartfelt stories coming your way. Thank you for spending this time with us. Happy planting.